Hey gearheads, welcome back to BZB TV. This is Nate back here from the support team bringing you another deep dive video of how to set up your brand new VP99PRO. That's the BG-4K-VP99PRO. You're gonna get this giant unit and you're like, how the heck do I set this up? And so today's video is going to be a deep dive on how to taking it out of the box, plugging everything in, and creating a 3x3 video wall just like behind me. This unit, as you know, it supports up to 9 inputs, also 9 outputs, and also 9 extending outputs. So as you can see, the Pro version allows for extenders. So you can create two sets of displays. You have a local display through the HDMI outs on the local end, or you can have the extenders and extend the unit up to 70 meters per port if you're looking to create a duplicate of that same exact wall. So this is a really cool version of, you can mirror 2 different video walls. People have used this, actually had 2 3x3 walls, like one behind me and then one maybe just 7 meters away, and mirroring the same exact thing. But today we're just gonna go over on how to network it, how to set it up, and how to dive into the interface and how to control it and everything in between. So let's go ahead and dive into our setup. I'm gonna go ahead and connect some of the extenders now, which is nice. These are all power over cable, so I'm going to do output 1, go to receiver 1. They're all the same, so it doesn't really matter. And then you should get some. Oh, I got to power on the unit eventually, so I'm going to do output 2, and we'll clean this all up in a little bit here. So I'm going to connect all my receivers, and then I'll connect the HDMI out of the receivers into the TVs. As you can see, we have everything set up, cleaned up nicely. Just a little overview. We have 9 inputs from all of our sources, from Xbox to media players to PS5, PS Pro, and everything in between. Like I mentioned, I was going to split up, so we have 4 extenders going to half the wall, and then 5 HDMI HDMI local, just for testing purposes. So as you can see, we have the extenders right here, and the setup on that was pretty simple. You just take that cat cable, plug it into the cat port on the back. It's like an HDMI, but it's cat cable, and it powers up the receiver, and then take that HDMI out of that receiver into your TV. So we did that for the first 4 TVs. We have them right here, all set up, ready to go. So first thing I like to do, once everything's plugged in, I already have it connected to our local network. There's going to be 2 options to get this network. The first option is if you have this connected to a local network that provides DHCP, it's DHCP enabled. You can easily turn DHCP on with the remote. And what's great about the remote is it just pulls up the menu on every single screen. So I'm going to go ahead. You're going to hit the home button, which is kind of like it shows with the kind of the matrix options there. But the best way to get to the menu is from here, is just hit the back button on the remote, and it's going to take you to the main menu. So you're going to go down to option number 4 out of 5, which is config. I'm just going to hit the right arrow, go to the next option, which is network. I'm going to go to DHCP, and then go to, you can see it's not on right now, and the default, if you're wondering of this, it's also found in the manual of the unit. It's 192.168.1.168. So all I have to do is hit yes, and it's going to change. So I'm going to hit enter, go down, and then it's going to put, boom, I already changed. It actually pulled an IP address that's open on our network, 192.168.30.150, and so it's all set. And since it's going to be sitting in our network, it's really simple. And the last thing I like to do is just turn DHCP off now. Now it's a static local IP. And so if I ever move the unit around on my network on different ports or whatever, or just turn it on and off, I want to make sure I don't lose the IP. I'll just write this down. I know this is now dedicated to this unit on our local network. All right, let's go ahead and dive into option number 2. So this is where, if you don't have like a switch that has DHCP or a local network, if you just want to connect it like a laptop directly to the unit with a cat cable, I'll show you how to connect it just over the IP address. So let's go ahead and dive in. Simple setup for this part is just connecting the cat cable directly to the port back here. And then I'm just going to connect it directly to my computer. No switch involved or anything. And so now I just got to dive into the computer and get these two to communicate to each other. So first thing I like to do is go to our network settings. I just go to our search, type in view network connections. It'll pop up over in here. If you're using Windows 10, Windows 11, do the same exact thing. As you can see, we have our network port right here, unidentified network. That's exactly what we want because it's not connected to a local network. I'm gonna go ahead and right click this. I'm gonna go to properties. And then I'm going to go Internet Protocol version 4, properties again. Actually, I have it connected from previously. So most likely yours is going to look like this. Nothing's been changed. So you're just going to go to the bubble here, use the following IP address, 192. That's 192.168, and then since the default IP address of the unit is 192.168.1.168, all I got to do is put it on the same subnet, which is the first 3 octets. So, and then have just a number that's not 168 for the 4th one. So. We'll do one. Let's just say 200, because we know there's only one thing on this network is the computer right now. There's nothing else connected. I'm sorry, the unit. And then you hit tab. You saw that the subnet mask fills in for you, and then 192.168.1.1 is the gateway. Pretty simple. I'm gonna hit OK. Hit close. And it's already connected. Awesome. So I'm gonna go to my web browser, and if you already connected over DHCP, you can just skip this part, skip to the next chapter, because if you already are familiar with networking, this might be just, I'm preaching the choir, you already know what to do here. But this is for people that maybe not has much networking or just want to do it more simply of just direct connect. Now I should be able to log into the unit. And boom, there is our login. As always, username is admin and the password is admin lowercase, and we are connected. So you're always welcome to keep this setup the same. If you want to keep if you're not using this network port for anything else, you can keep your static IP on the computer the same, or if you're looking to put it onto your local network, you can go in and find out what your local network is and go down here to the system settings and change the IP address to something that's on your local network. Like if I wanted to put my local network, I would do 192.168.30.151 or something like that in relation to what I did earlier with the DHCP. So here is the login, the front page. Let's dive in. So as you can see on our first main tab here, the product information, you can go to the link to the website, the manual's right here, and then all the latest and greatest firmware, your IP address and your MAC address and everything. So if I haven't mentioned before, this is a 3-in-1. So you got multi-view, you got matrix and video wall. So if you want to play around with those, adjust those, you go to the mode right here, and you can see it has a drop down of matrix, video wall, and multi-view. But first things first, I always like to do is label my inputs and outputs. So I'm going to do that real quick. I got my input settings right here. If you want, so it makes, instead of just this way you know what's what. So input 1 I think is like a media player, and then I just hit tab a couple times to get to the next one. There's like a BZB gear media player, and then we got food media, like a food media player, and then we have our Blu-ray player. We have our Chromecast, tab, and then we have our Xbox, Call of Duty. We have our PS4 with some Mortal Kombat 221 or something. Okay, PS4. And then we have our PS5 with Gran Turismo. PS5 Pro, actually. Boom, we gotta add Pro. You have to know that. And then we have just like a YouTube video. Here we go. Boom. All right, we have all our inputs labeled, and then If I wanted to, I could label the TVs here. So you could go TV 1 on the output settings, TV 2. So if you have your TV set up in like hallways or something, you could say like hallway TV number 1, or you know, or left right 1, left right, you know, top right, whatever it may be. Ours is pretty straightforward. And boom, boom. Also, one thing I wanted to mention during setup is when you're working with the video wall, setup is output 1, it always goes across. What I mean by that is each output it thinks it's your initial setup is a 3x3 wall. So the default layout is output 1 is top left, output 2 is top right, output 3 top right, sorry, left, center, right, and then output 4 goes across, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's always good to label your outputs. We've had people call and say, hey, all the TVs are out of order. Well, that's the order. So make sure you label all your HDMI cables going to each TV. You can't just put them into any outputs that you want, and hopefully the unit knows just like which TV is which. You have to kind of tell it, and it has a default layout, and that's what it is. So hopefully that's helpful. So diving in, first off is our matrix. So there's 2 options to control your matrix. You can drag and drop. So if I want to just drag like media on the top 3 TVs, you can see it switches really quick. And then maybe like the BZB media on the middle TVs. Boom. And then how about let's do PS Pro on the bottom TVs. Boom. There you go, real easy, simple setup. And then you can also, so that's drag and drop. You can just drag your sources on your outputs. There's also grid view. If you're more familiar with this is kind of like you have your inputs on the, or outputs on the left, inputs on the top there, and then you could kind of just play around with the grid. I'm putting everything back to what the default is. But if you have all these TVs spread out somewhere, you can just hit the all inputs, and you got all the inputs on every output. So it makes it really simple. Boom, Yosemite, beautiful. But if you want to go back to the default layout, which is point to point, output 1, input 1, output 2, you just click this, toggle this switch on, and boom, there you go. And then everyone's favorite, presets. Here we go. So I'm going to, let's create some presets. Maybe I'll just do something like this for 1. I have 2 of TVs, the first half, something like that. And so you just go up here to your presets. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to label this like 2 inputs. I can type. There we go. 2 inputs. And then let's say, so it changes right there. Let's say I want all PS5 Pro on all my TVs for another input. So I'm gonna go create that and then go to the drop down, and I'll say all PS5 Pro. And so forth. You can have up to 8 matrix presets, and you have 8 for each. 8 matrix, 8 video wall, and 8 multi-view. So that's matrix switcher. And what's great is that you can call the presets from here. So if I want to just go to 2 inputs, I hit call. See how it switches really fast. If I want to go back to my all PS5 Pro, hit call. And boom. But also, if you're looking to do multiple between all the different modes, you go to presets here, and you can see that you can call all your matrix presets, video wall presets, or multi-viewer presets all on one page. So that's a pretty cool feature. So moving on to the next mode is video wall. So what's cool is once you click on the tab here, it automatically calls it. And so since I plugged every output into the right TV, it creates a video wall right away. And that's, so you have up here, you have a lot of default layouts, 3x3, 3x2, 3x2, 2x2. Just call it and you can see what it does. Like this is a 2x2 with a matrix. And let's see here, 3x2. Boom. And then 3x2D, and that means it's down. It's on the second bottom half where you got the matrix at the top. So as you can see, you have a lot of default layouts. So most people are gonna, if they're gonna use this unit, it's for the 3x3 wall. So I'm gonna call that. And you can see you can adjust your bezel if you need to. So if you have a thicker bezel, you can adjust right here. If you need to change your output resolution, you could do it right here. But if I want to change the source, you just drag and drop. So let's say I want the Chromecast on the TV. If I want to like call different 3x3 presets, I'm going to drop that right there. And then I'm going to save this as a preset. We'll call this Chrome 3x3. No, 3x4. And boom. And then if I want to do like a 2x2 with some matrixing, so these are all the LU, RU, LD, it's just the position of the 2x2 wall. So let's do RU right under or right top. So you got that, and look, it's pretty much set up for you. And then you can drag and drop if I want a different input on all these different outputs, but I kind of like it the way it is. So I'm gonna save this as a preset as well. I'm just gonna call it 2x2 matrix too, because matrix, when I say matrix, they're just individual screens. And so if I want to change it as well, you just, like I said, you could drag and drop. And so that is your video wall page. So if I want to go back, I just hit call and it changes, and 2x2 matrix. Oop, gotta hit it. There we go. And boom, changes. And also if I have multiple 3x3 walls, I can go back to here. I'm gonna call this. All right, so if I wanna do that, maybe switch a different input, I'll put the YouTube on here, and then I'll just make this another preset. So I have multiple 3x3 walls, easy to call. I'm gonna hit save. Here, oh, clicked out of it. 3x3 YouTube. So you get the idea. So that is the video wall tab. And then now I'm gonna go to Multiview. As you can see, Multiview, Multiview for this unit is great if you don't have all the TVs together and if you're looking to have the units have Multiview on every TV. So you got, if I hit 3x3, it's just thinking right now, if you can have all nine inputs on every single TV. And then you could go, if you want maybe like 4 of them, you could do that. Or you want the other different set of 4, and then you got the 6. If you want just the 6 other inputs, but if you're looking to switch the inputs, you can just drag and drop. Here we go. Oops, sorry. So how it works is with the chipsets, so the top 3, you only can switch between the 3 inputs at the top, but the bottom 3, you can switch with the 3 inputs on the bottom. So just kind of just a note there, if you're looking to like put input 1 on like output 9 in this multi-view mode, unfortunately you can't, but you can put them up here if you need to, and then move these around. So that's just how the unit's built. There's so much stuff going on in the chipsets. They just, with the multi-view, just the way they're layered, they can't unfortunately cross over in that realm. But I'm gonna just put this back. Let's just do 6x1. Actually, I'm gonna do a, we're also working on a custom software because we get a lot of questions about like, hey, can I have multi-view on one TV and then matrix on the other? Yes, and it's gonna be in our BZB switch control app. There's gonna be an option in there, but it's still in beta testing right now. So keep a lookout for that, because I know people wanna use multi-view on like 1 or 2 screens and then matrix or video wall the others. We got you covered. That's coming very shortly. But I'm just gonna do a preset here. I'm gonna save this. I'll just call it 3x3 multi-view, save, and then maybe let's just do one more we'll do 4 input. I just want, a little quad view of these 4 inputs, which is, I think it's the 4, 5, it's 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm gonna just save this. Oop. So if you want this as well, quad view, to keep it simple. So we have all of our presets that we like to create. Now, so like I mentioned, there's a tab right here for presets. So if I want to go back to our matrix now, I just hit call and it switches pretty quickly. And then if I want to go to my video wall, switches just as quickly. And then if I want to go to my multi-view, so it's great. On this one page, you can go to, sometimes it takes a little bit when you're crossing over, but there we go. Just got to have the handshake going, but it's great. On one page, I could call presets between Matrix, Video Wall, and Multiview. A really cool feature. And if you need to clear your presets, just do that right here. You can add the names right here, and I think eight presets per mode is actually really good. So cool. All right, moving on to our status. So what great about this status page, input status page, it shows you the highest resolution it's coming in as, and as well as the color, audio, and if it has an HDCP enabled or not. So as you can see, they're all already changed the names here. They're all active. So if you're troubleshooting and if you're not having an input that's working or not, check this. Check that on the connected page. Maybe if they're red, or that means they're not active. You might have a bad cable, or just something's going on with your source there. And then you got all your different resolutions. We have some true 4K, just UHD 4K, and then some 1080p sources. You can see all the different color options that these units come at, a 444 RGB, and then also just the highest audio that it provides over the HDMI. So moving on to the outputs. So as you can see, the active ones it just only reads the active, because the HDMIs are only connected to the local. It just reads the local monitors here. These are active, but they're connected to the receiver. So just there, but you can see all the TVs are the same. Input settings, I kind of mentioned this before, but if you want to turn off your stream or adjust some EDID, you can do that right here on every input. I already changed the name. If you have a custom EDID, you can do that right here, and I'll apply that as well. Output settings here is a lot more options. So we're here briefly. I changed my output settings here for all the TVs. If I want to turn on off the HDMI audio, just make sure it's off. You can do that here. You can also turn off the TVs, the stream for the TVs. Here, audio source. This is where the audio matrixing. So the unit has audio embedding. So if you're looking to embed an external source into your audio, you could do that right here. There's some 3.5 audio jacks on the back of the unit that you can embed into, so you can do that. And so if you want to, like on your TV, you don't want to use the direct HDMI audio, you can do the embedded audio and select that right here, or you can do the audio matrix right here. If I want to take the sound from like HDMI 1 from our Blu-ray or something and put it on like output 6 or something, I can just do that right here. So audio matrixing is huge. We get a lot of questions about that. If you want to turn your audio extraction, there's also audio extraction on the back of the unit. If you're looking to send any of the output audio to external sound system, you can do that right here. And then you can actually choose what you want to, what audio source you want to extract, part of the audio matrixing. And as always, there's and downscaling right here. If you're looking to, if you need to downscale some of the outputs, if you have some TVs that only support 4K, and then some other TVs only support 1080, you can downscale the video stream right here on that exact TV, so you don't have to worry about all or nothing. Lastly, video wall. A lot of people who have video wall are setting up actually, let's go back to video wall. Boom. There we go. So, a lot of people who are setting up video walls like to flip their TVs over for a thinner bezel, but you need to rotate it back over. So you get rotation right here that flips the images 180 degrees. So I'm going to flip over the top 3 just like that. I don't know if you can see, but they were actually flipped over. It's kind of hard to see right now. Maybe we'll do a different source here. Let's do Chromecast call. See, you can see it flipped. Oh, because it was part of our preset. Let me you can actually save the rotation as a preset, but it was not saved before. So you can see the birds are flipped over, flipping the bird. Dad jokes, you gotta love it. And so if you need to, you can do the rotation on all the TVs if you like. Flip all the birds. There you go. But I'm gonna put them back. And there you go. Lastly, here's all your system settings. Like I mentioned in the beginning, you got your network settings, and then if you're looking to add another user, you can do that here. And then everyone's favorite, if you messed it up big time, just go here to factory reset, and that'll get you back to square one. So that is the VP99 in a big nutshell. Hopefully that was very helpful. You know, we get all of the types of questions, so I try to proactively answer all the questions on the setup, how to create the video wall, matrix, multi-view, presets, or whatever it may be. Like I mentioned earlier, that you can control this unit through our BZB switch control app, all the presets, making a video wall. But I like using the web GUI because it's right there, easy to set up, a lot of networking options. But as always, if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below, leave any feedback. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, or hit us up at support. I would love to help you get over any speed bumps you might be having, any technical issues. We can help you along the way. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to videos like these so you'll be notified when more videos like these come out. And as always, have a great day.